Hello, everybody. It is Friday, January 13th. I am Justin Hickman with Vertispan. It's been a while since I last streamed. I think it was right before the holiday break, like 3 weeks ago, I guess. Been a while. So during that time, I know that there was a new release to DominoUI. That was after some back and forth with some fixes. So today I'm just going to try to dive back into where I was a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to get the LiveView plugin working, mainly with some row virtualization. I really need to get a longer headphone cable. It is not long enough. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And this is basically where I left off last time. No changes locally. If we go through here, we were trying to scale. So basically, if the record count is too large to actually fit within the maximum height of the browser, because apparently there is one, even though this is 2023, there is a maximum height that you can get in the for any element in the DOM. So what I'm going to do before I do that, I am going to probably roll all of those changes back. I did save them in a shelf in IntelliJ, so if I go through here, we can actually see all of the different changes that I made. I could probably get rid of those safely and just roll back my local change to the LiveView plugin. LiveView plugin, roll that back. And let's just take a look at the demo. That's fine. I was playing around with that text box, so let me actually move this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here for now. And what changes do I have here? I was just experimenting with the different things in terms of playing around with the column header filter, things like that. So let's go ahead and grab the latest release, and it is 100 RC15. 100-RC15. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can grab that Maven dependency. Let it download. Guess I don't need Sona snapshots. Not anymore. All right, I think it grabbed it. Yeah, I'm assuming. We'll know for sure whenever we actually start diving back into the demo. Because in the demo data table, we're going to have to change a few things on here because the metadata and stuff like that changed. So let's just go ahead and bring up our servers. So let's bring up the code server. Yes, I know, I'm still not using Jackal, still using Gwt2 just to do everything. It's a little bit easier for me right now. Didn't want to deal with something brand new like that. All right, come on. We'll get you eventually. Yeah, I know. Eventually. I haven't done anything actively on Jackal yet. Why is that taking so long? There we go. And let's get the Jetty server running. I think that's it. Let's come over here. And I brought up both Firefox and Chrome, because I was realizing that there were some differences between the two. I should have actually cleared out my cache. As soon as that compiles, I'm just going to clear out the cache. Taking a little bit. There we go. Let's just go ahead and flush that just to be safe, since we did grab a new release. Any outstanding changes to like the API and stuff, that will negatively impact our super dev mode because of cached compilation units. All right. While that's doing that, let's see where we're at here. I'm going to comment out LiveGrid. I'm going to go through the basic and play around with that. I did add the resize and pin columns plugin just to play around with it, even though I'm not going to have that. I have different examples for those particular things. But for the time being, I wanted to be able to test on a little dummy set of data. There we go. All right, that looks nice. It looks like it's maintaining the configured column widths on these, because if I inspect that, should be able to see that it is 200 pixels, 64 pixels, 400, 200, 200. So that was 64, 200, 200, 250, 300. That's not right. 200. 200. Oh wait, that's the wrong place. I never refreshed after I commented out the live grid. That was my problem. All right, so let's try that again. There's the 250. Okay, I was like, why isn't this lining up? All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and load the data. We can see that it loaded just fine. We have the ability to expand, collapse. I like that there's a configuration. Oh, is that me? Am I console logging? There might be a console logging in like the resize plugin. Resize column plugin. Console. Yep. I'm gonna have to report that. So just bookmark that. I know he did another quick RC this morning. Oh, did he? I didn't see that in chat. So is there a RC 16 now? Shouldn't affect you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and report in RC 15. I know that you guys can't see what I'm typing. I'm typing in Slack. There's a rogue console log in the resize columns plugin. All right, so that's no big deal. That was just some debug logging in the other console, but probably should remove that because that'll swamp the console if somebody's resizing columns. That works out pretty well. There is some metadata for clipping the content, which is really nice. If you don't clip the content and I refresh, you should be able to see that the content will actually word wrap whenever I get smaller. And it will only go down to the width of the largest non-breakable element. I mean, in this particular case, it's text, but I'm assuming that if there's any kind of widgets in there that's preventing the table cell from getting any narrower, it'll probably use that as the restriction for how narrow that column can be. And let's go ahead and pin to the left. And I can scroll just fine. That works out pretty well. If I were to unpin that, pin that to the right. So now that stuff on the left is getting scrolled. I should be able to resize this. Then still be able to scroll over. Yeah, that's nice. Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, it looks like I didn't see that yesterday or the day before. I'm gonna put a highlight mark in the stream just so that I can come back to this. I think this is only when pinning right. The menu doesn't seem to anchor to the right, the correct place. Well, that time it did. I am not entirely sure how to reproduce that. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. It's anchored to the place that it would be based upon where it was scrolled to. So if I scroll to the left a little bit, this will move the menu to the left a little bit. Move it a little bit further, and you can see that it's because this model column is supposed to be over here somewhere because of the width. And this is lining up where it's supposed to be, which means that this is going to be way out here. All right, so context menu for pinned columns, right position, not correct. All right, so that's not a big deal. That can be a quick release. So changing, getting rid of that. I don't know why I didn't see that before. I wasn't really paying attention, I guess. Probably need to invest some time in some Selenium tests or something, just so that we can catch any kind of... I don't know how you would do that easily without validating the proximity of this menu to the button that opened it. All right, but otherwise, that works out really well. But the problem, we still have some performance issues that we're not going to address in this release. We're going to look at addressing some of the performance in upcoming releases, mainly around having large data sets and being able to resize, even though I don't think it's going to allow me to resize now. There we go. Whew, that took a long time to return control. Well, I did did resize it. Should probably do this with more like 1,000 row count or something. And I think that's mainly to do with the pin columns. But that's what I'm planning on addressing with the LiveGrid plugin. As soon as this relinquishes control back, maybe I'll just refresh. Kill that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this in Firefox as well, since we're in here. Yeah, I killed that browser window. Yeah, probably should look at 1,000 records before 5,000. Whew. There we go. All right, so come over here. Everything seems to be fine in Firefox. I think I would still like to see that tooltip disappear, but it's not a big issue. At least it's not like it was before. If you remember, whenever I was testing this before, the tooltips went back and forth while dragging based upon where the mouse was at the other time. But it doesn't seem to be doing that now. And this also has grouped columns, which is very nice. You can see that I grouped these two columns. They're all still resizable. The drag handle's a little tiny, maybe 2 pixels. I have to grab it just perfectly. That looks really good. Even over here, you have the ability to resize this column, and this is grouped. Not sure if I need tooltips on this, but I wonder, is there a way to disable tooltips? I'll have to ask about that. But that looks really good. Scrolling down, I still wish that the scroller started at the bottom of the header, but I'm just nitpicking now. It's not a big deal. It's just a styling preference. Yeah. All right. So that all looks good. So I guess there was only the couple of things that I had noticed. Let me try 1,000 records this time. See if it's any better with 1,000. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, this is without the live grid. So let's go ahead and jump into the live grid. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull that. Pop that back in. And with this one, I have the LiveView plugin, the Resize Columns plugin, and the Pin Columns plugin, because I really wanted to make sure that they all worked together. So let's see if this is still functional, because I remember the last time I was playing around with a snapshot. Ooh. That's breaking. Last time I was playing around with a snapshot, it there was some API changes. So what's the big deal here? Set search filter. I am not entirely sure. Let's debug this. So sources, let's pause on exceptions. It's not defined. What is not defined? The store? I mean, obviously the store is defined. Set search filter. Search filter. I am not entirely sure. Not defined. What is that? Data lambda type 1. That is very odd. Yeah, stores there, configs there. DataTable. Oh, I wonder. No, that doesn't make any sense. I am not entirely sure. So let's comment out the search filter for now. Oops, I keep going the wrong direction. Let's see what this does. See if I still have the issue. No, I do not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to add that search filter back in. Maybe it's doing something weird at the wrong time. I don't know. Here we go. Scrolling through. Dances a little bit at the top. I'm not entirely sure why. That's kind of weird. Yeah. The other things that I need to do, because the new code, you can see that we have on all of the other columns this DUI DT column pin index. So the CSS for this is dynamic, and it specifies the column width, and we were trying to get that before, so that's some of the stuff that we don't need anymore. So I'm going to come over to the LiveViewPlugin, and let's look for like the CSS rules, and let's just get rid of all of this stuff. Because last time we were streaming, we were doing the dynamic style sheets ourselves, because it was losing that information due to the TR, the row being absolute position. It was basically losing the width on all of the columns. So I guess we don't need this anymore. I am going to come up here. I'm going to remove that. And that was the only use of that. Style sheet. Initialize style sheet. We don't need that anymore. So let's go ahead and remove that. Remove the reference to it. Let's just come through here, fine-tooth comb. Table row. Pinned row on before add cell. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, this is the thing that whenever the cell was added, it was adding the dynamic CSS name. No longer need that. Live-grid. Main CSS marker. I don't think I need that anymore. All right. Let's go ahead and collapse that. So I always forget that whenever I'm on the right-hand pane, my face covers it up. All right, sync delay, that's fine. Anywhere that I see like CSS. Or rule. Yeah, I think I may have gotten all the locations. Probably have to go through there and take a look at it again. But that should have taken care of it. So now all of that is handled through the plugin, the resizing columns plugin. So that helps considerably. I don't know what... Oh. Well, that's gonna be a problem. So, problem, I don't know. It's only a problem with the resizing, but that's a user problem, in my opinion. So in that particular case, in the resize plugin, I'm going to configure it. Set clip content to true. That way we can clip the content. Hopefully that works. I don't think you can do it without clipping content because of the absolute position. We scroll down quite a ways. Try that again. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. That works. Yeah, so I guess user beware if you're resizing columns that because of how we are having to virtualize the scrolling on this, the row height has to be a fixed value. And if this resizing allows it to word wrap and prevent the scroll or the I don't even know what I'm saying. Preventing it from being able to go any narrower, and that word wrap itself is going to cause some problems just visually. But that looks good. I should be able to pin columns. Let's resize this a little bit wider. Let's scroll up, scroll to the right, scroll down. Yeah, that is looking good. So I can scroll up and down, and in all of that liveliness, the live grid looks pretty good. Cool. I can even pin that to the right. So then here, that's kind of a weird artifacting. I don't know what that is. This just allows you to scroll just the middle part. So now I can scroll. I would like to figure out what that bouncing is, but it's probably, wonder if it's changing the height. So let's take a look at our sizing row. Let's just go ahead and console log this. Wonder if it's changing. Shouldn't. That is 1,000,000 rows. No, it's all the same. Kind of weird that it's not grouped. And why isn't that grouped? Maybe there's oh, I don't know. Still don't know why. Weird. But yeah, it's not changing height, so I don't know why it's fluttering like that. It's hard to tell on the others because of the fact that we can't load as much data. Oh, you know, that little artifacting, I don't know if you can see that, but if you watch right above the column, it's the text that is up there. Why is it doing that? I mean, is the head changing position somehow? Oh, cool. We got the scroll value there. T body is being updated, but I mean, this is not even loading new data. I'm just going like one click on my mouse wheel up and down. I'm assuming that I'm not the only person that sees the fluttering. I don't know if that's coming out very well on stream. Zoom in a little bit so you can see it. But yeah, that's I don't know why. I'm not seeing anything in T-head that would explain that. Oh, thanks. Have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, I'm pretty anal about these sorts of things, and that's gonna bug me. I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. Well, it looks like it's only happening only whenever I'm scrolled down pretty far, because it's not doing it right now, but as soon as I get down to here, it starts to get nervous. It's like the data table's getting nervous because of how far I'm going. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to table that for now. Let me write a quick note. Streaming notes. 2023-01-13. Yes, table it. See, apparently tabling something. I heard this on Java Posse like several years back. I think in America, tabling something means you're going to bring it up later, that you're going to put it aside, you're not going to worry about it right now. It's something that's going to be brought up later. Whereas I think in Europe, maybe just England, whenever you table something, I think it was Dick Wall that mentioned when you table something, it's like bringing it to the table. So we're going to discuss it right now. So I'm meaning that I'm going to worry about this later. So that's the other tabling that I'm going to do. Yes, it was a pun. It was very punny. There you go. All right, streaming notes. The header starts shaking when there are a lot of records. Not seeing any changes to T-head. Oh, this is Chrome. Probably should test this in Firefox as well. Let's see, any changes to T-head. The sizing row doesn't change height. I wonder, however, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if just the act of setting the height on the sizing row changes it. So let's gate it. I'm just gonna throw a temporary variable here. That way, yeah, I don't know if I need to do that anymore. Let's see what that does. I don't know why this didn't come up either. Why is Firefox broken? Yeah, let me circle back to that. Yeah, circle back. Let me table it. All right, so here, let's, nope, still shaky. I only changed the height of that sizing row once this time. And it's still all nervous. However, seems less nervous. Seems to do it a couple of times, but, well, towards the middle, like at the end, it doesn't look like it does it. That's weird. It's like, it's not shaky in the beginning, and it's not shaky at the end, but whenever we're in the middle, there's like an earthquake. That is bizarre. But yeah, that didn't change anything. But I guess it doesn't hurt to hold on to that. But I'm going to get rid of that for now. So that's not the problem. I guess I didn't need that. Do some virtualization of records. All right, so that's gonna tie us into the next problem that I have. Of course, if I don't have Firefox to show this, I am not entirely sure what to do. What's your problem, Firefox? Should probably get it out of Quarks mode. Let me just add that to the top of my index.html. It's not gonna take effect until I restart, but I should at least... Wait, I do have it. That's weird. Why does it say that I don't have it? This page is in Quarks mode. For standards mode, use that. I have doc type. Does it have to be lowercase? No, that's uppercase. This is lowercase, but it came out as uppercase. Doc type. I don't know. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, so let's go ahead and just clean and restart. Let's see what that does. I need a new pair of headphones. My son has a pair of headphones that we got him for Christmas. And, I mean, these are okay. I've had these for years. These are older than my oldest daughter. And she's 21. But he has ones that are like completely over the ear. So then you don't feel anything on your ear. They're pretty nice. All right, hopefully this works. Maybe there was something weird in the compile cache preventing Firefox to work. Ah, yep, that was it. All right, so here is the dilemma. If you recall weeks ago, there is a maximum height to elements. So in Chrome, it's like 32 million pixels. Firefox is a lot less because apparently it uses base 64 or something like that. So it's like 17 million or something like that. But if I were to increase this to like 1500, now let's take it a little bit to generate the data, but loading takes no time at all. If I scroll down, you can see that it doesn't actually get down to the 1.5 million records. Those records are still there, technically. You can see that I do have those, but because we have exceeded the maximum height of the sizing element, because if you remember, the very top element here is a sizing element. And even though I'm setting it to 48 million pixels. I guess that's 48 million pixels. You can see right, let me take a screenshot right there. You can see that it is stuck at 33,554,400. So that is the maximum height allowed in the browser. So even though I am inserting extra TRs in here, they're basically all just grouped up in a huddle down here because the absolute position, it's like, I don't know how to go that far. So I can't scroll any further, and it starts messing with the table. So that was where I was going to get into some sort of virtualization for massive row counts. That's what we were looking at before. The problem on the Firefox side, see with Chrome, even though I'm setting this to a crazy high value for the height, it will take a max of whatever's hard-coded internally, because these aren't published numbers. These are just implementations in the browser itself. It takes the max of whatever number, or I guess it's the min. The min of whatever size that you give it. It's length or height. I'm only concentrating on the height though. But then the minimum of that versus the maximum that's hard-coded in the browser implementation. Firefox, on the other hand, it says if you exceed this, I'm just going to set it to 0. Which is terrible. I don't know which one's worse. Clipping off your data, I mean, it looks like everything worked, but it just clips off. You can't scroll any further, or it just doesn't show you your data at all. It's only showing me enough for one record, and that's because of the default height of a TR. That's as much as it's going to do. And then whenever I scroll, it's scrolling the entire thing because it's assuming, everything is assuming that it's going to be the full height of that data table. So if we inspect this and we take a look at the very first TR in here, let me make this a little bit wider so that everybody can see that. So here's the sizing. You can see that it's 1 pixel by 0 pixels. Even though I have it set to a height of 32 million, it's 0 pixels tall. That is a problem. And that's something that we should probably address. I don't know if we're going to address it in the very first iteration of this. I should probably just go ahead and commit as is so that I can share this. And it's developer beware. If your data set is larger than what can actually be rendered in the browser, you're just going to have some issues. I still don't know what's wrong with this though. Why? Is the search filter not working? Oh, is it because... I don't remember where I left off with all of that. All right, I keep going the wrong direction. Let's see if it works with a search filter. So that'll be fantastic if this actually works. Of course, the search filter is only going against the hard-coded, or not hard-coded, but the static list in memory. Oh, not loaded. All right. So let's go ahead and load that data, and let's type in Lexis. Now it's doing it, It was taking a little bit because it's having to go through all of the beans in that list of 1,000,000 records and create a sub list of all of the other records that match. But once you do that, scrolling's real quick because we have two collections. We have the universe, which is all of the records, but then we have a filtered list, which is a subset. If there's no filter, the filter and the universe are going to be the same. But that seems to work. A little bit slow. I mean, it is what it is. If I remove the search. Yeah. That's weird. Why didn't Ford come up? Did I write my filter to be case sensitive? No, because I typed Lexus. Come on. There we go. I don't know. That was a weird hiccup. But now the scrolling is based upon that number of records, which I'm not sure how many records there are. There's really not a good way to tell that offhand. That is weird. I think after the search, it needs to trigger a load. I think that's the other problem. If I type in Ford, come on. All right, let me scroll up to the top. Let me scroll to the bottom. And let's do Lexus. If I go from one to the other, no hands. No, that still did it. All right, let's go back. Ford. No hands. Yeah, there we go. So it's empty because of the scroll location and the sub list didn't really match up. So I think it needs to do another load after the filter has completed. Because as soon as I click once on the scroll wheel to scroll, it loads the other data. So how do I get to that? How does the filter work? So this is setting a search filter. I think this needs to be in the this is the LiveViewPlugin. Oh, this needs to be in the data store. Duh. In the data store. Here we go. Filter. Get updated records. I should probably not. Oh, that's only an internal. What am I using that for? Do I need to make a copy of that? I don't think I need a copy of that, do I? Update records. So whenever I have this update records, I grab the size. Sublist. I think there was an issue with the sublist because I think the filtered records is no. I am not entirely sure why I would need a copy. I'm not mutating it unless does sublist mutate? I don't think so. Or I think it does a like a view on top of it. Returns a view of the portion of the list. Is that a problem? problem. My notes. Circle back. Circle back. Yeah, bring that over here. Why is get update records making a copy of filtered? All right. Internal update. So if the index greater than 0, then the original size filter contains, okay. Drag drop actions. Not actually using that. Most of this, it's because I copy and pasted the entire class for local. Yeah, I mean, I'm creating a copy of the data for the filtered, keeping the original, even though that's a little dangerous to be passing the store a list that's referenced on the outside and can be mutated. Don't be a dumb developer, I guess. That's interesting. So set data. Huh. New array list. I'm going to make a copy here because even though this constructor exists, it's not actually being used right now. I am calling the blank, the noard constructor, which creates a new array list. And then whenever I call set data, it basically just copies the data. So I might as well just copy the data in the constructor as well. I mean, yeah. So that's load. So the filter, set search filter. So when am I doing the filter? It's just firing an event, right? All right, so here's the on search changed. So it's basically just creating a new collection from streaming the original. Then it has the ability to sort at the end. But then it does load first page. Which load first page. Oh, that's problematic. Because here I'm just loading. That's probably why. That's probably why it does that. If I scroll down, no, that doesn't make any sense. I misspelled Lexus. Yeah, it scrolled all the way to the top that time. If I were to go back down, oh, it's because the last one didn't have any data. It scrolls up to the top. I thought. Maybe it doesn't. It was still loading. How do I get it to... I think I need to... change the LiveViewPlugin. I need to add a listener. Data store. Filter. Don't want to set a search filter, because you can only set a single search filter on a store. So who's calling load first page? That one. And that is getting called by this event. Okay, so this is table event. Is there a method for that? Handle event. There is. Does the super do anything with it? Does not look like it. So I'm wondering if I can fix this just by setting set scroll top last scroll top equals 0. So if we're doing a search, we should probably scroll up to the top. Seems reasonable enough, right? Yeah, I know I don't need a switch. Sure, do that. I think might also matter the order. Order of operations might be a problem if... No, it shouldn't be a problem. See if we can reproduce that. So let's first search for Lexus. Only because that worked in the last example, even though this is dynamically generated every single time. And Ford. Where did that go? Yeah, where is that going? Scroll top. Yeah, why is the scroll top that? Wonder if it's because of the order of operations that I mentioned before. Could call reset. That may be weird though. Would it be weird? I mean, that would dump the cache, reset the append index, last scrolled. Yeah, I probably shouldn't change the that without resetting. Yeah, that might work. Might have to do in a like a animation loop or something. Lexus. Yeah, I don't like filtering that many records. Oh, haha! That didn't work out nearly as well as I would have hoped. Let me just do that. Basically it was killing the cache, which was removing all the records, even though they were there from the last time because I didn't scroll. Yeah, it's really stupid. Come on. Caught me in the middle of typing. So I ended up having to do the filter twice. So now if I do that, can it scroll to the top, please? Why does it like that? Scheduler. This is a... Let me schedule deferred. I don't like doing it this way. but it basically needs to happen after the load. Force it to go back to the other top, load the data for the top. All right, so if I were to scroll way down and type Lexus. Why? Why is that staying there? Yeah, I don't know. Why is that, I mean, I guess I can, change the other scroll top. That'd be kind of weird. Yeah, this isn't actually setting the other scroll top. Maybe I should have a private void set scroll top. What am I using for the scroll top? Oh, yeah, at the, I mean, we know that it's the other table element in this one spot, and I don't really want to, change that, do I? Update scroll top. All right. Didn't want to add a bunch of places, and even this is, I could be getting this on the other bubble of something else. I'm not capturing this. I'm getting the other bubble. If I don't know if scroll events bubble, I could be completely wrong. Why isn't that rearranging? I have an order. There we go. Oh man, that rearranged my whole thing. Apparently I haven't been using the right key binding to reorder my file. That doesn't actually set this scroll top. Ugh, I don't really want to do this, but DataTable. Yeah, it probably doesn't bubble. Is it a table element? Scroll. Element. Set scroll top. Scroll top equals 0. Maybe that's enough. That might be enough. So now I'm not clearing the cache, resetting anything, but I am setting the scroll top directly. Okay, that moved up to the top. That's exactly what I was wanting. And because the scroll event is happening, I'm assuming that the scroll event occurs whenever you set the scroll top. It's then synchronizing with the other view. So that should fix that. Dodge. Nice. Very, very nice. All right, so that fixed that problem. Don't need any of that. I don't like this. I should probably pull this out as a variable. That way I don't have the knowledge of what's the scroll element littered throughout. It's probably not a bad idea. So where's the other place that I'm doing that? It's in the init right here. Yeah, I am using the domino element here. Okay, thank you. So that's good to know, because now we know that it really is the table element that's getting the scroll event. Except doc scroll. I am not entirely sure. Where was I? Data table scroll event. So let me split that into two. I can pull that out. There we go. Data table. Oop. Data table dot table element. And this is where we want the scroll element. There we go. That way we don't have that. Scroll and document will bubble, which is apparently more about capture. Yeah, probably. Makes sense. Load data. Okay. So that should work. Let me come back over here, refresh. Make sure that nothing got broke. Nothing broke while changing that around. All right, at least the listens still work. All right, Audi. All right, that seems to work. Mazda. Oh, I should probably choose something that I can type faster. Well, I mean, that worked. That did bring me up back to the top. I know that it's still loading. Yeah. All right. I think that problem is resolved. So let's go ahead and look into commit. I can probably go ahead and commit this and the other changes. Can't remember what I was doing with text box. Yeah, it's probably just a different bit of work that I was doing. Demo data table view. Oh yeah, in basic, I want to remove the extra plugins because it's not a basic if it has plugins, right? What is the change down here? Resize. That makes sense. For the resizable to have resize. That's basically just adding. Yeah, so this isn't. Yeah, this is just adding the configuration to clip. All right. What is the change here? What did we remove? Oh, just had the trailing. Not sure why I did it that way. Did I have it like that? No. I don't know. That is fine. I'm being a little bit too nitpicky on this. So then my live plugin. Let's review all of the changes that I made. I don't need that CSS marker. Don't need that on before cell add. Guess we didn't need that. Initialize style sheet. Don't need that anymore. Or capturing. I mean, I can change that to this dot just so that it's clear. Initialize style sheet. No longer need that. Header resize, no longer need that. Handle event, that is basically just setting the scroll top, which is perfect, and that's it. Cool. Let's go ahead and commit this guy. All right, and then we can get back to the problem at hand. It's 2:15 Eastern time. Let me go ahead and commit this up. Update DominoUI to RC15. Fixed live grid plugin, or is it live view? Probably need to have some consistency on naming. I know this is for my own personal repository. This isn't actually being pushed anywhere. I'm hoping to be able to contribute the this plugin to Domino so that it can be maintained in the library instead of with me. All right, and what else did I change? Yeah, that's basically it. There we go. Did make a backup of some of my changes. I don't need those anymore, so I can delete that file. Because I experimented with this before the stream, but we have reproduced all of that, and why can't I see delete? There's cut. Streamer blindness, that's a real thing. And I don't need that anymore. That was like some distribution that I was doing before. And I should probably just shelve these changes because I don't know why I have those. That way I can actually get them out of here. I was just experimenting with some of the text box changes. There we go. Cool. All right. So that takes care of that. Let's just take a look at AG grid massive row count. So this is talking about how there's a maximum height of a div. It's not published, and it does differ between browsers, and it definitely does differ between Firefox and Chrome, even the way they handle it. I mean, it's not the issue of the height value differs. The problem is how they're handling it. On the Firefox side, if you exceed that maximum number, the unpublished maximum length, I mean, it says height here, but it's really just length, horizontal or vertical. It just rounds it to 0. That's a hell of a floor. height. Grid needs to be present. More rows involved. Yeah, see, this is interesting. So the AG grid, because of the fact that it's able to handle massive row count, we're not going to do anything with columns right now. I might do live columns at some point, but that's typically less of an issue unless you're going up to 100 some columns. Then why are you designing it that way? But it looks like it's working out the maximum height of a div by testing the DOM as the grid initializes. So we can probably do the same thing, right? We can just determine maximum element height. I mean, we can, how can we do that quickly? Probably don't want to do exact because things change over time. And it's very possible that Firefox can change their underlying implementation, even though this is like 10 plus years old. But in the LiveView plugin, we could, in the constructor, maybe in just the init method, maybe in the constructor. Let's do the constructor. Ow. Haha, I don't need that anymore. Man, why didn't I see this before? Yeah, this was whenever I was doing the dynamic CSS. That's not needed anymore. So I guess I still had a few bits to remove. I'm going, before I release this, I'm going to go line by line. Let me go ahead and just commit that, amend it to the previous commit, because it was all part of that same action. But here we can probably do the same thing in the init. What we can do is this dot get max element length. And let's go ahead and it's going to be a double. And this is going to be a static method. So we only need to do this once in the life of the application, right? All right. How is a good way to do this? I mean, we could do like some sort of weird binary search. I don't want it to be lacking performance, you know? Why am I not thinking this style div? How do I get a style from a div? Oh wait, this is just element. I needed an HTML element. I think there's an easier way to do that, right? I can just do like a div from Elemento. Style, position, absolute, left, 10,000 pixels. That way it's not visible. That's the builder. I just want the element after that. This is probably a terrible way to do this. All right, let's do it the naive approach first. I don't really want to iterate from 1 to max int or max double. That seems weird. But I couldn't imagine it being more than a double or a long, right? I mean, we can do a, well, let's see if this even works first. Let me just plop the size finder height. Is that read only? Cannot recall. I don't think you can set the height, so style. My hands are not working very well. Height union height of. Let's just do double max value pixels. And let's just throw in the debugger right here. Let's just see what that does. There we go. All right, so we have that div. That is size finder 0 underscore that. Style. And offset height. There we go. That is exactly what we needed. So in Chrome, at least, it should be fairly quick. So we could shortcut that. Size finder, offset height. And that's a double, right? Oh, that's an int. I guess I can change this to int. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be larger than an int. At least not in the next few years. Let me just do, I don't know what key binding I hit. Let me just grab the offset height. If the offset height is not equal to 0 and the offset height, nah, that's probably good enough. That's going to be the maximum height. So that's at least in terms of Chrome. That is not going to be the case for Firefox. With Firefox, we have to actually find the size. I don't know if, I'm assuming Safari does the same as Chrome because of WebKit. So let's go ahead and refresh that. That will not hit my debugger. Yep. That did not hit my debugger, which is good. So that gave us the maximum size, the maximum height of the window. I should probably persist this. I don't know why this methods is down here. I like statics being at the top. Hello, Yolon TV. I am doing well today. How about yourself? Private static int max height. That's good. If max height. All right, so I should be able to do this fairly easily. So max height is equal to offset height, and then I can just return that. Did you ever try to do game development in Java or C# without game engine? Not in Java or C#. I did play around with a Game Maker. Game Maker 2, played around with that, got some games. Obviously that's not Java or C#, it's their own language on there. No, not really. I did play around with the same game engine that Minecraft is written on, just playing around with it. I can't even remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it was okay. It's really not my thing. I guess I'm more into writing office software than I am with game development. That was a different course for my life that I had planned a long time ago, back in the 90s. My goal throughout high school was to be a game developer. I wanted to move to Mesquite, Texas and work for id Software because loved like Wolfenstein and Doom, all of those games, and that was essentially what I wanted to do. So here we're shortcutting, short-circuiting the max height. So if multiple things call it in the same application, the same compile, you'll just grab that max height and return that and not have to find it again. So let's take a look at the Firefox side. And we do need this guy open so that we can hit that breakpoint. So are you trying to do game development right now? Like, I mean, why would you want to? Just out of curiosity, except for like academic reasons, any reason why you would want to do it without a game engine? Because I could see doing it for academic reasons, but for the most part, games are so incredibly complex these days, it would make sense to use something like Unreal or can't even remember it off the top of my head what the competitor for Unreal is. But obviously those are going to be for like C#. I played around with Unreal, and you can do quite a bit in Unreal without actually having to program. And why isn't this working? I guess changing browsers, I need to clear out my SDM cache. Unity. Had to look that up. That was going to bug me the rest of the stream. Yeah. I don't know of too many other game engines. Obviously, if you want cross-platform, Java is definitely a good way to go. Unity works on Mac, I think Linux as well. I could be wrong. There we go. Hit the breakpoint. Yeah, Firefox is a little more slow. Yeah, that's kind of weird. All right. I was at my breakpoint. That's kind of weird. All right, so that was unable to find it. My offset. Yeah. There we go. Is 0. Yeah, that sounds about right. Couldn't remember the other name of it. I know that Minecraft started out on it, but I think they strayed quite a bit away from it and didn't really contribute back, or vice versa. I think because of the stability of Minecraft, they had to stay on the version that they were using. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, if you're wanting to develop games on Java. I haven't played around with it much at all. Ooh, Raspberry Pi. That's kind of interesting. The current game engine like Unity and Unreal have high learning curve. So is writing your own game engine though, bud. That's going to be a much more learning curve. I remember back in mid-90s, whenever I was learning how to do game development, I had this really thick how to program 3D games. And I didn't get very far in it. All of that was in C. Basically, like, how do you write your own game engine? Having to do all of the different ways of rendering graphics and stuff. And that was a little bit more on the other complicated side. So I think that would be a higher learning curve, even if you're very fluent in C# or Java. Not using a existing engine is going to be very difficult. Yeah, I mean, for academic reasons and just to enjoy it, I like pulling things apart and seeing how they work, but I don't know if I would want to hit the same pitfalls that all of these other game engines did. Probably with optimizations and everything else, you'd probably want to use something existing. Where was I? So offset has, so that's the weird thing about Firefox. Whenever you set beyond the maximum height that an element can handle, it just sets it to 0. So in that particular case, I mean, I could always do binary search. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, it's probably worse if I were to do this from just incrementing. Oh, it's very jazzy. Hopefully these are all within the same playlist. I didn't even look. Where's my playlist? They should all be within the stream beats, but sometimes Spotify likes to do a radio and it'll start pulling in from other places. I would prefer that not to happen, because otherwise we will get portions of the stream muted. So let's let me just go to this playlist. Let's just play through it. These are all by the same artist, Harris Heller, Stream Beats. All right. If it's 0, we have to search for it, mainly with Firefox. Chrome just gives us our element offset height with the maximum value, which would be nice if they actually did that in Firefox as well. It's a good way to do this. I mean, should we do binary search? Ugh. What's a good way to do this? Are there any libraries that can help with the binary search? I don't want to have to write this from scratch. Java. Yeah, but you have to have a collection of the numbers, right? I thought about that, but collections, binary search. Yeah, I don't want to create a collection containing every single number, every single integer. That seems weird. Unless I created a dummy list that get at any index will return the index. You just want to window on. Oh yeah, window in. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Narrowing down to the maximum number. When now? I don't know. Does integer range? Is there integer range? Maybe int stream. Well, yeah, I know the algorithm. I was just wondering if there was something already optimized. I have some fatigue right now. All right, so let's just look at what you got. So max equals max, min equals 0. Each step take the halfway point. Yeah. It's a little weird on this. All right. Wait, midway point, max minus min divided by 2. I mean, let's just see what that's going to look like. I hate doing integer math too. So current, if current equals 0, because it's basically going to be 0. All right, so then if the offset height is 0 still, then it means that max needs to be current. Otherwise, min equals current if it's not 0. That look great to you? And then this should be max height equals offset height. That look right? That looks right. Well, we already know that it works on Chrome, because it just gives us the value. We don't have to search for it. Is that still hitting a breakpoint? Wait a second, I shouldn't have a breakpoint. See, that was what I was afraid of. It is... Where is that code? Probably stuck in this loop. Yeah, I don't like debugging in Firefox, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill that. Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to open up the inspector first before going to it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna hit my breakpoint. Oh, that's wrong. Where the heck is... That's weird. Did have the debugger window. Does it close whenever I try to load? No, there we go. Oh, it's whenever I dock it. All right. Let me try that again. This time I'm not gonna dock it. Apparently it disconnects from the debugger developer tools. All right, so there's my call stack. Current. Yeah, that's fine. So that's midway point. Oh, did I? Yeah, I set the max to current. Max there, min there. So whenever I go again, current is that. Which is a halfway point between min and max, and it's still offset as 0, so then it's going to set the max to current. That one, it's still 0. Still 0, so we're whittling away rather quickly. So this is still pretty high. There we go. So the current is 16,777,15. Oh, interesting. Why is it a pixel off? So I probably need to set it to offset height. Yeah, why is that? 200. Ugh, I do not like the layout. That is not the height that I set on it, is it? Size finder, style height, height union of current, which is going to be 215, so 16,777,215. That is not what I set. Because there's like padding or something. Yeah, that doesn't work out very well. And Firefox, yeah, you can't see it. There, no camera. That is not evaluating. Why is it setting it to 16,777,200? whenever it should have set it to current, which is 16. So it dropped off 15 pixels. Why did it drop 6 or 15 pixels? Is that applause for me? Thank you. I don't know why I needed an applause. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Unless there's some sort of padding or something on this. It's a box sizing border box. Okay, well, I can change this instead of, if it's 0. Otherwise, let's set it to offset height. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's refresh that. Guess I can combine these two windows now. All right. So this is going to whittle down. Till it gets there. So we get the offset height here. It's interesting that it wasn't 200 that time. Does it have a border? Because even then, it still is setting it to 200. But it's getting the offset height. Hello? Maybe it's because I changed the HTML, broke the debugger. Yeah, this sounds like Zelda. I think I mentioned that on a previous stream. Like whenever you go see the fairies. Alright, so the next time around, min should get this number. Max is that number. So then we narrow down to in between these. Still narrowing it down. Narrowing it down. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? $11 million, and this is 33 million. This is that. What? Max minus min divided by 2. Oops. Did I do that wrong? I think I need to take a break. My brain hurts right now. So let me take a quick 5-minute break. I'm pretty sure that I got the math wrong there. So I will be right back. All right, I am back. So stupid mistakes. Let me turn down the music a little bit. First thing that I wanted to do, it's plus. There we go. That should fix it. Because the midway is going to be those two numbers added together, and then the average of them. All right. I'm probably going to be streaming for maybe another 30 minutes to an hour. Just see how it goes. Yeah, I know. I feel stupid. It's been a long day. Looking good. All right. All right, so then the offset is 0. So that means it is going to set the max to the current. And then do between the 25 million and the 16 million. That's correct. And it's still too high, so it's going to pop the max down to that 209. And then still 0, so it's 18 million. 17 million 8 looks correct. Well, it's at least within range. It's 0 again. 0 again. 0 again. Non-zero. 0. So we are getting close. The numbers are very close together. Here we go. 0, 0. They are basically on top of each other. I should probably, yeah, right. I should probably do something where if the numbers are within 10,000, like max minus min is within 10,000, or maybe not 10,000, but some small number, because it's really pointless to narrow down to the exact pixel. Because right now, let me swap my face. Right now, we are pretty close. Yeah, I mean, we're within pixels. Oh, yeah, oof. We also had the problem where we're not getting back the same value that we're setting for the height. We're setting 17,895,697, but then over here, for some reason, it's coming in as 17,895,700. It's why? Why is that number differing? Ugh, come on. Every time I swap to the inspector and back to the debugger, it's no longer paused. So why is it doing that? The element doesn't have any remember this, you've got something, some space where it gets to describe it. Yeah. I mean, my current is a int. Well, these aren't very big ints. I mean, is it? I think I need to do while max minus min is greater than 100 pixels. And offset height is not equal to 0. Yeah, you're probably right. So if I get it within 100 pixels, why not just test fail if assigned height is not equal to actual height? Yeah, I don't know if I want to bother right now. I'm going to be ending the stream in like 30 minutes or so. I can always redo this algorithm later. This will at least get it within 100 pixels. Did not hit a breakpoint. Why did I take my breakpoint out? No? Why didn't I hit the breakpoint? Yeah. I don't need it to be precise. I don't think. Yeah, why isn't that hitting my breakpoint now? Oh, I think Developer Tools is broken. Inspect. I mean, it's fine that it's not hitting the breakpoint. I guess I can always just print it out now, because I don't really need a breakpoint anymore. And I meant negative 10,000 pixels, not positive. Just so that it goes off the left side. Yeah, why isn't that hitting my breakpoint? That is weird. Must be hitting an exception? Oh, because it is 0. I need to go into this at least once. So if the max minus min is greater than 100, I just want to make sure that do while to the rescue. Yeah. We just do min. Because min will always be a value that it found because of the offset height. Max could be something that's not allowed, and offset height could be 0, but because we split the difference and we're less than 100 or equal to 100, getting the min is the safe approach. All right, so I need to print that out. So one use down here, console log, max element length. Why did I call that with get? I don't like do whiles. I don't know why. Oof. Why was that taking so long? What in the world is going on? I mean, it's returning rather quickly. Maybe it's because of generating a million records. I switch to that. How long does that take? Yeah, it's probably delayed because of the generating that many records. Okay, I can change that in my demo. Initial value, let's just do 1,000. Let's just double check that the performance wasn't caused by, yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. And maximum element height, it's gonna use that one. That works for me. Chrome is pretty accurate because it gives me the other value right away. All right, so that means that whenever we have our sizing column, or row, I mean, we need math min of total height versus total, no, what did I call it? Maximum element length. That way it never exceeds that length. And that should fix it for Firefox. At least it's not going to show the data. We still have to deal with that. But if we put 3 more zeros in there, I don't know why this is taking as long as it is to generate the data. So it still at least loads. We will have to deal with the what in the world? That was weird. Right there. Why is it scrolling away? Ugh, come on. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? Oh, there it went. All right. So why is it whenever I get down to it's close to here. There it is. Oh, because that's the maximum height. Inspect. So the table, if I take a look at the TR, this TR right here, No, that doesn't make any sense. What's my current scroll top? Is that my scroll? Yeah, that's not high enough to bother. Right. Why is it having issues after 8.9 million? Because it's not even rendering. Come on, Firefox. Get your shit together. I had to use the translate because of the sizing row. Didn't I? So if I were to... Which row is this? This is the last row here. So if I did that and I did top that. Why did I change from translate? Is there a maximum on translate? Oh my god, there's a max on translate? What? But I mean, I can see the outline, the debugger window, the developer tool knows that there's supposed to be something there. But it's like, I'm just gonna not render it. What? I mean, that should be a simple fix. What? What? I'm just... I don't know. Let me go back over here. Let me increase that back to 1 million because I don't want to have to type it. Refresh. All right, let's go ahead and load that data. Okay, well, what? What is going on? Am I just losing my mind here? What the hell is this? It's like, I'm gonna scroll down and I'm just gonna start being sarcastic. What the hell? I mean, it's nice that the changing translate to top worked, but what the hell is this? Why? Why is it having render issues? I mean, we don't have some weird overlapping, right? So if I do display none, no, we don't have overlapping. Wait a second. What in the world just happened? What in the world just happened? Why did my data do that? Alright, let me just get a brand new one. It's gonna be hard for me to support Firefox if it's going to do crap like this. Yeah, and this is the weird thing. So this one right here, Land Rover. Display none. That's the only thing I changed. But then whenever I remove that, why is it there now? $17 million. Oh. What the hell? I need to get, let's see, max element length is equal to that. I'm going to console that again. Console max element length. I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, it also scrolled away my headers. Like right about there. It's like, you don't need headers anymore. Like once I get to this point of the headers disappearing, then rendering starts getting weird. You know, really not there. It's down here. What is up with that rendering? Have you ever seen anything like this? Can Firefox just literally not render anything that's that far down in a view? Like what? So if I go to AG grid, massive row count, that one right there. Let me look at this on Plinker. All right. Let me see what they do. Just shits and giggles. Why can't I inspect that? there's something that's the sizer, right? Has to be some sort of sizer. So that is setting it to million pixels. So that's not very helpful. That's only 1 million. I can debug true. That's supposed to print out the max div height. See, why are they doing 4 million? How are they coming up with that number? I mean, where... Let me look at this again. Right here. This was about 8 million, right? I don't know why that... I'm seeing data back here. Is that happening on these other grids? No? What about the resizable? I'm not sure why I'm seeing that. Come on, there it is. Right there. I have to unlock my wheel mouse just to, my mouse wheel, so that it can get there. All right, so it's right about here that it has some issues. And that is the table. Yeah, that's 8 million before it has issues. I don't know. I wonder if they just hard code it. It's very possible. Maybe they don't actually search for... Because whenever I'm looking at this, this one right here, it just shows the row container height service, the max div height. It's 4 million. It's like, yeah, this Firefox gets kind of flaky if you're scrolling too far, so let's just do 4 million. All right, so row height, let's say the row height's 300. So this'll try to set... Can I still hit all the records? I can. But scrolling is terrible. Because it's having to... Because this is only getting up to 4 million, right? See if I can find that. Yeah, 4 million. It's setting it to the max, which is 4 million. They must have found, I don't know what their algorithm is, but they just set it to 4 million as the max in Firefox. It's a lot different in Chrome. Let's Let's take a look at this in Chrome. Wait, what? Let's open it from here. That's weird. Where was that? Where's the debug line? What file am I in? Main.js. Wait, why don't I see a main.js over here? Oh, this is in React. What is this? Oh, that's JavaScript. Okay. There's one problem. All right, so let's try that. Open that up, because I don't really care about React. So in here, debug true. So let's bring up our console. And let's go ahead and turn on debugging. And it's going to be like, 32 million. That's not even accurate. We know that for sure. So they must have hard-coded values. So what does that look like whenever I change my row height to 300? Ooh. I mean, it's going to be more accurate in Chrome because it's using 32 million for my scroll bar height, whereas this is only using 4 million maximum. So whenever I scroll just a little bit, I mean, we just jumped from 157 to 161. So it jumps pretty far. And that's just so that we can virtualize all 1,000 or 100,000 records. Or what is this, 1 million? Yeah, 1 million records. So I might end up having to do the same thing, just hard coding it based upon browsers. Oh, that is dumb. But I don't know what to do with this. This is... I don't even know what to make of that. All right, well, I think what I need to do is do a little bit more reading, because everything just goes all wonky once you get past 8 million. I might end up having to do the same thing that AGGrid does, and it looks like they hard code it, because there is no way that this is coming out to be an exact 4 million. I don't know how they're coming up with that number. Top? What about top? Oh, wait. So I seem to remember that this happened with either translate... No, I did both translate and top. Translate was even worse. Translate wouldn't even render. But I was able to get it to render with top. So I did switch that in code. Right here. So I did I translated. I converted from translate to top. Before this was setting top 0, but it was even worse with translate. So top seems to at least render it, but not very well. Like, and whenever I scroll ever so slightly, like, look at the Jetta. What in the world is it doing? It's almost like Firefox is saying, hey, if you want to stretch it this big, I'm literally going to stretch your stuff. I think it's probably with rendering, it's probably with scale, where it's trying to render something that it just doesn't have the scale for. And even though it's technically available to set a size this tall, it just doesn't know how to render it. I have never, this is like going to the end of the galaxy, end of the universe, seeing what's out there. It's a whole lot of weirdness. It's like Newtonian physics don't apply anymore. Farlands. Are you talking about Minecraft? Farlands. Not familiar with Farlands. What is Farlands? Oh, I need to turn off my zoom. I have not seen that. Is that Java? Java Edition Farlands. Well, I kind of went past outside of scope. So I think I need to just come back to this, maybe in a different stream. It is 3:40 Eastern time. My kids are going to be out of school for the weekend very soon, but I was able to at least fix portions. What I may end up doing is, if true, max height equals 4 million. Return. Oh wait, I can't do that. Let me just comment that out. Let me just do 4 million. I don't know what, I'm gonna have to see if I can dive into that code. I don't know. That's probably getting out bounds of clean room for how it does that. I'm just curious how they're coming up with that number. I bet it's just checking out the agent, user agent, and they probably just have it hard coded to 4 million. Because here I can go all the way down. Oh no. Oh, I know what it's doing. It's because it's still trying to load records. It's like my viewport makes it where I should be able to scroll further. That's something that I need to check as well. Yeah, what a pain, what a pain. That was not how I expected things to go today. I didn't imagine that it was going to be so different experience-wise between Firefox and Chrome. It's a little sad for me. All right, well, there's nothing I can do today. I'm going to ponder this for the next week. I'm pretty sure that Colin will be back on Wednesday. If not, I should be back on Friday. Next week there is a holiday, so I need to double check what my schedule is going to be like, but most likely I'm going to be streaming again on Friday. So come and join me that day, and we can try to figure out this whole scrolling mess of maximum or massive amount of data in your data table. Take it easy.